Welcome to the General's Gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to a solo Yolo. That is indeed the term that I shall be using to refer to a solo cast of Company of Heroes 2. My name is Gigi the Machine. Not joining me is Mr. Archon Hawk, and this is something that I don't really do very often, I don't really enjoy doing, because I think our casts, a lot of the strengths of it relies upon our energy and our banter together. But the reason why I'm doing this is because I've been told very, very assertively by both Mr. Michael and Jono that this game is amazing. This replay is the second coming of Jesus. So we'll have to see. And given the fact that there is a patch coming out with probably the next couple of days, I wanted to cast this game now before the replays get owned, get corrupted, whatever you want to call it. So here we have a 2v2 match. It's not actually often we cast a 2v2 match either, but let's go ahead and read out our players. It's going to be Michael as the Brits and his teammate Jono. So these are two people that I know, so you can expect a very biased cast. Yeah. As for the Axis, these guys, Ilumena and Remuh as our Axis. So Michael's already locked into mobile assault. I know he's a big fan of the land mattress because it's really, really broken. That land mattress is just silly. Looks like the Pioneers are getting pretty low in the middle here. They will have to retreat. And quick tier 2 coming out of Jono, so I can only expect to see Maxim spam. But this is actually after the Maxim nerf patch. So the Maxim, they cost a little bit more. They have a longer build time. They have a longer pack up time and setup time as well. So not quite as broken as they used to be, but still very strong and worth mixing in. But Vickers in the church, very nice prioritizing here by Michael. Getting a Vickers in that church is so powerful because it opens up not only the VP, the munitions point, and the cutoff. It's very, very hard for the north side to go for this cutoff with that church Vickers. And with that cutoff, it's the fuel point. So you often will see players as the north try and offensively decap this cutoff here. And leaving an MG in that house, it's just a bit too far defensive to really have an impact. As we can see, this Vickers already doing some pretty good work. And will be off-strip and spam from Ilumena. He's got 3 of them already. Building up his barracks, though, the infantry company. So going to be able to mix in, I don't know, mortar. Probably a mortar to clear out this house. Maybe even just a sniper. You actually don't always see off-stripping players get the tier 1 because you have the MG from the HQ anyway. And actually, what? This point got cut off. Oh, I missed that. Well, not really much income here for our Axis because they are literally cut off. They have no income at all. So, yeah, it must have been a squad of conscripts or something. They got that cut off there. So, pretty funny because especially on a map this big and open, light vehicles can have a really good time. So if Jono is able to rush out some T-70s, it's going to be a bit hard for our Axis to deal with unless they have some Stugs or Shreks. You really want to have mobile AT because on a map this big, it's hard. Oh, okay, it must have been this point that was decaptured rather than this point up here. But weird that they haven't actually captured that. Either way, let's have a look at the tech of our players. So Michael's going for his... Well, he's already got his company command post. And he's got 1 engineer squad, 2 engineers. Makes sense, given that he has the flamers. So, able to use those flamers, especially against Ostrip. And those flamers are going to be very powerful. Because they're squads that rely upon cover. And then those flamers are very strong against units in cover. Apparently more so than they're supposed to be because they're bugged out. And do 2 times damage rather than 1.25 against units in heavy cover. Looks like the Axis are really locking down this northern VP. There's going to be a bunker, I can only assume an MG bunker, but also an MG42 inside of that little... whatever the hell that is. It's not really a house, but I don't know. It's a little building. VP drain already being on though for the Allies. 450. So the Axis still having good map control in the VPs, but not so much as the territory and the fuel. Going for a flank here. Only 3 models of this conscript, but still Tommies are closing in. So these MGs getting it forced away. Until they get in these garrisons, they are vulnerable to flanks, especially from the conscripts. Mortar and Grens as well. Mortar shot does get a model here, so This middle, it can often be heavily contested in the Moscow outskirts. Because you have the cutoff, you have the fuel, and they're very easy to hold. You put an MG in this house, an MG over the fuel here, and often a lot of players just won't bother trying to go for the flanks. Instead, they will go for the middle. And the middle is very important because you have double munis, double munitions points, and a VP. That's very, very important, especially as Wehrmacht and as Brits. I'd say those two factions rely upon them the most. Soviets, not so much, especially if you're going support weapon playstyle, which we see. 2 Maxims, excuse me, 2 mortars, couple of cons, so it's a pretty good mix. Going for Molotovs, actually, only having 2 conscripts, yet really wanting to have the Molotovs. It makes sense, though, given that there are a lot of support weapons and Ostrupen as well. Both of those things are a bit vulnerable to Molotovs. So let's look at the tech of our Axis. Hasn't unlocked battle phase 1, so Ilumena, he is really cranking out the tier 1 playstyle here. MG, mortar, Grens, and 3 Ostrupen plus the Pyos, so really delayed tech. I feel like a 2-2-2 would be pretty effective in this situation. These conscripts gonna have to retreat now. Other than that, how about Remuh? What? He also hasn't teched up. Still no battle phase 1. At the same time, yeah, he has 3 Grens, 2 MGs, a mortar, and a Pioneer. So this is a pretty wonky game. In this meta especially, the 2-2-2 is very powerful. On this map, very open, very wide. So those 2-2-2s would be effective. And now we have Shocks Troopers as well. Another reason why Scout Car would be fantastic. So the Shocks are nice if you can use them correctly, but they can get countered by snipers, by vehicles, so they're a bit hard to use with their high manpower bleed. Even against Grens, you just get naded if you charge through the open. Rifle nade hits the ground, but if you can flank an MG or even just flank Grenadiers, flanking anything, Shocks, they have a lot of damage, a lot of health and armor. They just get taken when they get taken low. It's very expensive to reinforce them. I can't remember the exact number. Not as bad as it used to be, but it's still hefty. Otherwise, we have a squad of Ostrupen in here. There's literally 2 windows, so 2 Ostrupen DPS is completely negligible. Is that a nade? I think Jono's... I don't know what he's doing. Is he wanting to nade here? No, okay. Oh, the Maxim does get wiped, though. Maybe that's what he was looking at. Let's see if Remuh can actually steal that one. Looks like the Shocks are going in. They might want to smoke grenade this. No, Grens are forced away. Oh, MG42 actually overlooking it, so he may be able to prevent this capture. Loses the 1 model of the Shocks, so now he can't cap with the Shocks. Personally, I would have gone for the smoke and then the capture. Oh, the nade gets the wipe, though. Alright, that's worth. So long as the Maxim isn't stolen away. Yeah, having to retreat those Shocks. 2 models in. Look, there's 2 German mortars firing down. Gren's going in for it. The Maxim is stolen. And we have the 6-pounder. Isn't on prioritized vehicle mode, so it will be opening up fire on these Grens. Capturing weapons with the Shocks is interesting because you get very durable crew. You get a lot of armor. So ooh, that was an MG squad that went down. As a forward retreat point, though, yeah, because the Shocks have a lot of armor, and then they have the PPSHs. So if you flank a Maxim crew, you get gunned down by the PPSHs and the armor. But then you have a lot of reinforcement costs. So it's a bit of a trade-off. Same with Obers. If you capture a weapon with Obers, it's a very durable squad. But the reinforcement cost isn't always worth it. So either way, let's see if our Axis actually have teched up. Oh, they have Battle Phase 1, Battle Phase 2 coming out for Mr. Remuh. Still no medics though. It's probably Remuh. It's Remuh, Remuh, whatever. Mortar was wiped here by the rifle nade, but still pretty close to the cons, pretty close to the forward assembly. Shouldn't be any issue getting that one back, but just always nice manpower bleed to inflict, and that's the strength of munitions point. If you have both of those munis, you're gonna have a lot of grenades, rifle nades, if your Axis, just regular nades if you're other factions, so those muni points not too underestimated. But looking at the VPs, the allies are actually getting very low. 350 this early on. And, oh, another MG42. So these German players are actually playing this pretty well here. But we haven't seen any vehicles come out. I feel like a bit of a mistake here. That's actually a quad half-track. Jono, oh wow, Jono's only on 30 fuel. I'm surprised he didn't have more fuel. And the reason why is because he went Molotovs and fuel and AT grenades. Makes sense. Because by now, I thought, where is the T70? He should have the fuel by now, but he actually spent the fuel in his upgrades. So, yeah, okay. Rushing out the T70 is probably more important, but whatever. Having those grenades will certainly help, especially if you're going to be expecting the 222, which is generally a pretty safe bet. Mortar's still on the ground, hasn't actually been recrewed, and there's a 6-pounder there as well. And are we going to see Remuh go for the steal? Oh, I think he's going to actually get it. The Vickers should be setting up, because if the suppression comes down, he can't cap it. Getting the 6-pounder... That's so risky because you can't actually retreat the AT guns, whereas stealing the mortar, you can just retreat. But looks like it will pay off. Oh, a bit of a mistake there from Michael, especially having those 2 uncrewed weapons. But he may lose a Gren squad. Oof. All right, never mind. Yeah, I just feel like I should leave a disclaimer that clearly this game isn't super high tier. But hey, we're casting team games. Who cares? Like when we cast 4v4s or 2v2s. We're not looking for sick micro and sick plays. That's what 1v1s are about. That's what tournaments are for. Team games are just a bit more fun. You know, just a bit more wacky, different compositions, more exciting, bigger scale battles. No, this quad half-track, though, is going to be shredding that MG down instantly. Let's see if Jono can capture that one. Does have a squad of conscript, or 2 of them, in fact. Oh, no medics, though. What a scrub. Also, I feel like because I know these 2, I can be a lot more harsh on them and call them bad all the time. I just think if it's 12 minutes into the game and you don't have medics, you're probably a scrub. But now I sound mean because now I'm calling these guys scrubs. Oh well. Sorry. Anyway. So, infiltration commandos, where are they? Let's go to Michael's vision. Let's go to his commandos. Oh. He spawned commandos to capture a munitions point. Okay, fair enough. I thought he was going to ambush out and Gavin bomb one of those mortars or something. It's quad. Where did this quad wipe? It got the munitions cache. Hit vet 1. Actually, a 6-pounder on the road. That would get killed instantly, though. It's negative cover, and the quad is just so powerful at long range. I feel like the quad has more DPS at long range than a T70. Just a T70 is a bit more consistent. Okay, MG bunker. I don't actually know how much damage Gammon Bomb does to the bunker. I'm pretty sure it won't kill it. Especially it's the light Gammon Bomb. If it's the heavy Gammon Bomb, like the one you get from I think it's Anvil or Hammer, one of those, it'll blow it up. But the light Gammon Bombs, I doubt it. Quad going in. There's no AT. There is Ostrooper in the house. Still only have like 2 windows. Pack sets up, gets the kill on the quad. Commandos couldn't quite kill the pack in time. So that quad's down. That's a shame because that quad was giving a lot of momentum, a lot of map control to the allies. Gammon Bomb comes through, fair bit of damage, almost gets the house. Oh, retreat path right through these commandos. Not the best micro there. Because the commandos moved forward, it means they weren't doing the full DPS. But either way, the Grenadiers, they do escape for now. And let's have a look at how close the Germans are to attack. Oh, wow, heavy Panzer Corps for Remuh. So it looks like he's going to be going straight for... I can only assume a Panther, but unless he wants to be crazy and get out a Panzerwerfer, which wouldn't at all surprise me. It is, of course, 2v2, but 3 Grenadiers flank the SU-76. Triple Faust comes down. SU-76 probably going to get Fausted again once the cooldowns are available. Because there's plenty of munitions here, and there's no LMGs, so it's definitely going to be more Faust. SU-76... Oh, forced retreat! No, not forced retreat, the propaganda, and is actually pinning them. Oh, what a clutch play by Jono. What a mad dog. I'm pretty yeah, he locked in Terror to get the shocks and then uses the clutch propaganda. Nice. I can dig that. I'm digging your groove there, Jono. I love that ability. It's so underused. It's so annoying too because it's the false hope. It's like, oh, I'm not pinned anymore. Oh, I'm pinned again. Oh, I'm not pinned. I'll get a Faust off. Oh wait, no, I'm pinned. So you're just like, it toys with your hopes and your aspirations. But very nice work, especially after losing the quarter half track. Losing the SU-76 would have been pretty deadly, especially because there's going to be Panzerwerfer. It will be. I mean, I don't really think that's the best choice. Given that there isn't really any support weapons left. I mean, we have, what, a maximum mortar, Vickers, not really a lot. Where when you have shocks, cons, even out of Michael, it's a pretty mobile army. But whatever. Having that artillery is always fantastic to have. It's just the Cromwell, SU-76, especially if we see multiple Cromwells or a Comet or whatever Jono goes for, KV-8. Oh, he's gonna go KV-8, isn't he? That you really want to have the Panther. You really want to have some kind of tank. I feel like if you're going to go Panzerwerfer, you might as well tech for a Stug or a Panzer IV first, and then go for the Panzerwerfer, because then you still have a way of denying your opponent. Well, that's actually a land mattress, so in that case, the Panzerwerfer is going to be an excellent counter to that. Oh, nice barrage with a land mattress. Gets 4 kills already. Decrews the 6-pounder, destroys it as well. MG42 on the ground. Shots could actually steal this one. The smoke is laid down. Cromwell going in. There's going to be a Faust, but no snare. MG is going to have to retreat here. The MG42, the shocks are still suppressed. They're getting hit by the Gren, so the suppression will linger. Small arms fire won't cause suppression, but it will keep it. It will maintain the suppression. Grenade coming through as well. This could be a deadly nade. Oh, man! Jono's shocks have had some great luck so far with these nades. And going for the mortar now. Wow, these are very aggressive shocks. And loses another squad! Remuh, where did all of his squads go? I remember he had 3 or 4, and now all of a sudden he literally has an MG, a Pioneer squad, and a Panzerwerfer. So this game, pretty big swing. Pretty big swing by the Allies. By the Jono. Man. Solo casting's hard. I suppose as a solo cast, you're just supposed to not talk all the time, but that's boring as hell. Though I would definitely recommend retreating these shocks. Oh, nope. Jono's not done. Jono's like, well, okay, I know I have 21 kills. I know I have 3 models, but I want to kill more models. He loses the shocks, though. Greedy Jono loses those shocks. But still, they had a pretty good run, and I believe there's a second squad as well. Yeah, they only vet 0, though. Still no medics. Oh, what a scrub law. 17 minutes and no medics. Alright. This garrison is really, really low. I reckon a smoke grenade will blow it up. Retreats. Is there even a rear window? Nice wipe there. It mustn't be a door, I mean, sorry. No, there is a rear door there. Wow. Okay, so... Ilumena not retreating manually. You always want to retreat away. If you select the garrison, hit tab, and then you can click which door to retreat from. It saves you from that sort of situation. So, still, I feel like the Axis are getting pretty close to getting a Panther, and that's going to be bad news for the Cromwell. Even the SU-76, not really the best. And the T-70 is a great choice because there just isn't any mobile AT. That's the thing, is if the Allies really pressured mid-game with the T-70s, AEC, or just a fast Cromwell, it really pushes the Axis off if they don't have mobile AT, and they just didn't. So, and maybe they did that intentionally, maybe they didn't go for more vehicles because they recognized that there wasn't many vehicles from the Allies, Jono and Michael. Either way, it is going to be Spearhead locked in for Remuh. He's probably had that one for a while, but that will give him access to the Tiger. He's already locked in he's already got his tier 4, so he's going to have a delayed Tiger. If you went tier 3 for a medium tank, you'd have that Tiger much sooner, but either way, still the command points are an issue. I guess I'm probably thinking too much about 1v1. In team games, you do gather command points much slower, so you kind of have to tech, like teching more in team games because the rate of CPs is slower, but having the Tiger is going to be good supporting the Panzerwerfer and a tier 4 as well here from Influence. He has the fuel, just a little bit more manpower, and we will see a Panther most likely. Faust will come through. Ostrippin looking for the second Faust, but given the T-70s on the road, probably won't be able to get within range. Well, it looks like we have a squad wipe though. That was conscripts, must have been. Still another blob here for the red man, Remuh. He hasn't really been microing these Grens well, and there's no medics. Man, what is with this game and no one having medics? I swear to God, if Michael has no medics, I'm going to be very upset. Does have medics though, but only one squad. Oh dear. Anyway, land mattresses here. Let's see how Michael plays this, because he loves going for comets, but at the same time, he may want to just spam out more land mattresses. Certainly can't blame the dude. Fear prop comes through again. And I wonder if Jono would even consider going for a howitzer. Given that there's a land mattress, I'd say it's probably pointless. Especially with Railway, he knows his Ostrupen, so Railway will be an option. So, Land Mattress, much cheaper. Costs you fuel though, yeah, okay, big deal. But a lot cheaper manpower. It's more durable, you know. You think that an emplacement would be more durable. But the fact that it dies to call it, like, call in artillery strikes. Shreks go, well, not the Shreks, the Pigarens go, they drop double Shreks. Oh man, that is really unfortunate. Pigarens wiped, very expensive squad, and dropping 2 Shreks especially. If you get Shocks with 2 Shreks, that is probably the best squad in the game. 2 Shrek Shocks. Because Shocks, I would say, the most durable. They're a lot more durable than Obers are. 6-man squads, they have the armor. And then if you have the Shreks, it's crazy powerful. You have the nades, great SMGs. So, yeah, it's probably one of my favorite squads with Shreks. But really, anything with Shreks is a good squad. Alright, Panzerwehr for firing. I think he's out of range, but getting a nice barrage on this forward assembly would be pretty good. I'm pretty sure they would have seen it by now. Oh no, they haven't seen it. I actually have no idea it's here. This is their vision. There is a recon available. Maybe it'd be worth throwing down a recon. Either way, though, the Panzerwehr would have to get a bit closer to use the arty, which would be a bit risky with the Cromwell on the field. Panther's here, though, so that's going to be great news for the Axis. They're going to have a mobile way of deterring these tanks. T70 hasn't really done too much so far. I might be sending off the flank to get some work done. A lot of munitions for all of our players. Putting some mines would be a good choice, especially Michael. 500. I find with this commander, it can be easy to float munitions depending on how many tanks are being wounded. Having that repair is actually a great ability. So right now, for example, I mean, there's plenty of engineers, but given that he has 500 munitions, you might as well throw it down. It just gives you that extra repair speed. Not a big deal. This advanced cover combat's pretty bad too, to be honest. I believe it's about 10% bonus. It's really not much. That's coming from Tightrope, so if I'm wrong, I'm blaming Tightrope for that, but he said 10%. I don't know the stats. I think it's like that. For 30 seconds, and even then, Michael only has 1 squad of Tommies, so just wouldn't really be worth using it. And he already has the Flamers too. So, actually, here's a fun tip. You can't get a Sweeper and a Flamer at the same time, because when you complete one of those, it prevents the other one from being unlocked. But to avoid that, you actually select them both. You select them both at the same time, Flamer, Minesweeper, and then you actually will get both of them. But if you let one finish, then you can't select the other one. So a bit of an exploit, because Michael's a filthy cheater. Select both of them. Yeah. Anyway, so 3 squads of Shocks. This is ridiculous. It seems to be working though, but a lot of that is because it's just been not good unit preservation. There hasn't been any LMGs. There's no upgrades. You really need to have upgrades. Grens aren't bad against Shocks when you have upgrades, but without upgrades, they're just terrible against Shocks. And no snipers. Oh, we'll lose the engineers though. The Pigren's having some pretty nice DPS at the medium range, and he actually has. Oh no, he has infiltrated commandos with the Shreks there, and that is nasty. Oh, they can cloak. Ooh, I see where this is going. He's gonna have cloaked Shreks. That's gonna be the bombing run. Gonna miss though, I think. Oh, bad luck. Last time I saw Jono use that ability, he wiped one of Blake's studs, so can't blame a guy for trying. Panther on the flank. SU-76 looking very dead to me. Yeah, he's gonna have a bit of a hard time. He may fire a one-shot, yeah, but he's got nowhere to run and no chance to escape. Scumbag Michael's just like, yeah, no, catch you later. Sorry, Jono, but your SU-76 is dead. But is it though? Oh, what? The SU-76 survives, man. That is... Oh, nice barrage. I need a drink of water, man. This is hard.
RE Sappers reporting in.
I must say, after doing this, I have a lot more respect for solo casters. Hey, Tightrope. You guys are boss. Anyway, 2 SU-76s are on the field. Panther's going to be on the side, wiping the T-70, so... Oh, abandoned, in fact. It is going to be with the heavy damage engine crit and the main gun, because it's abandoned, so... You do want to repair that before you actually capture it. Let's see if Jono and Michael prioritize destroying that, rather than letting it fall into the hands of the enemies. I wonder if Jono goes for a tier 4. SU-85s, I think, would be better against the Panthers, but SU-76s are effective too, and I know how much he loves spamming them. We've had some team games lately, and yeah, he built like 5 of them. It was pretty embarrassing, but hey, it kind of worked. That's actually a mine,
Infantry squad trained. Damned enemies tried to
so that could do a bit of damage. Is there still no medics? Oh, come on. Where are the medics? What? Why you do this to me? It's probably the most frustrating thing as a caster is not seeing people build medics. So we actually have a Firefly coming out of Michael. I definitely respect that because I feel like Michael's being a little bit more realistic than what Jono is when it comes to. Oh, it's fine. I'll just kill Panthers and Tigers at SU-76s. Don't worry, bro. My tank destroyers are really good. Okay, land mattress. Oh, what the hell? How did the land mattress get stolen? Yeah, doing a nice barrage there. Doesn't get too much, but it has 9 kills overall. So not only do we have a 6-pounder that was stolen, we have a T-70 that's being stolen, we have a land mattress that's being stolen. Whew. This is a little bit out of control, but also look at the VPs here for the allies. They only got 96 left, so they really need to get these VPs. Even the middle is actually neutralized, so this is ticking quite rapidly, but a KV-8 has hit the field. How much more tanks do we have for the Axis? We've got 1 Panther each, Panzerwerfer, a T-70. Oh, Remuh, he actually built a Panther rather than building a Tiger. Oh, that's strange. I guess Panthers are actually better against SU-76s than what Tigers are. Because there's 2 reasons why. Firstly, Panthers have slightly more range. Secondly, they are faster. Thirdly, they have more frontal armor. So they're actually going to be better in this situation, even against Fireflies as well. So, because Panthers are... They're kind of tank destroyers. Like, they're not because they have machine guns and can wipe infantry squads. But they are certainly more tank destroyers and less anti-infantry than what Tigers are. So if vehicles are the issue, then going for Panthers, it certainly makes more sense. That's another Panzerwerfer barrage, really focusing this forward assembly. I do like how Michael has given up. He hasn't actually tried to capture that one. Because he'll just lose engineers. There's still a couple of weapons on the ground there, though. There's going to be, what, an MG42... I think it's a Vickers. Yeah, 2 MGs there. Might be worth capturing that. Okay, KVA's going and burning down these P-grains. They're getting so low right now. That's going to be a 3rd Shrek up for grabs. Cromwell going in here, but against 2 Panthers, we'll get a main gun destroyed. SU-76 is trying to do some work, but against the Panthers, they just are bouncing. They're bouncing far too much. The Cromwell does back away, though. And we have the engineers with the Shrek. So it's going to be 3 Shreks for the Allies. This game probably has the most stolen weapons than what I've seen in quite some time. And not just weapons, but also tanks, apparently, as well. This game is getting a little bit absurd. But I do like the Firefly. A lot of munitions here for Michael, so he's going to be able to use the tulips quite a fair bit. Which, when he's floating that much munitions, is an excellent choice. Oh, what was that? Oh, the Cromwell got hit by the land mattress? Michael probably shouldn't have kept it in the field for that long, especially when he has the repairs available, the vehicle repair. D7 is going really deep here. He's going for the land matches, but there's actually the commandos. But look how low they are. He could wipe both of these commandos right now. Goes for the retreat. Ilumena, oh, what a colossal misplay there. Doesn't wipe the commandos. That would have been the most disastrous move. They're wiping those commandos with the Shreks. Firefly on the chase. D7 is backing away. He's on the road, so he should be able to get away from the Firefly. He's not having amazing sight range. We've had a lot of narrow escapes this game as well. So the T-70 does crawl away. Meanwhile, KV-8 trying to 1v2 these Panthers. Good luck, bro. Yeah, I don't really know what he's doing. He's giving vision for the SU-76s, but KV-8 looks like it will survive. Okay, now he's going in. And a bombing strike. Uh-oh, this Panther, if he retreats, he's going to retreat straight into it. I think he's too far forward, though. Oh, he barely misses with the bombing strike. The KV-8 drops. It's just because they're getting very low here as well. But the Panthers out of control. There goes the SU-76. Firefly joined the fight. Tulips has been used. And the Panther, his Vet 2, crawls away. A lot of Gren surrounding this Vet 3 SU. Faust, once again, not going to be available just yet. Actually, lower munitions too. But still, should be getting that pretty quickly. Commandos coming through with their SMGs. Only having 3 each, but still those stents are powerful, even if there's only 3 of them. Rebuilding up some more infantry. So Remuh is spamming out his infantry, and yeah, no medics, no upgrades either. I wonder where his munitions went. I must have missed some frag bombs or something. Trying to go for those commanders, but it was actually dodged. Alright, KV-8's been rebuilt for Jono, and so... Did SU survive? Where is it? Yeah, it's Vet 3. So Vet 3, SU, and a Firefly. Pretty good mix. And there's only one Panther left too, I believe. Yeah, one Panther. It is Vet 2 though. It gets extra armor, so it's very deadly. Another Panther's been built. So it just makes sense for Ilumena just to keep spamming out Panthers. When he's gone Ostrippin, doesn't have any late game call-ins, so... You know, really the best choice for him. Remuh might be worth going for a Tiger. Tiger's going to give him good anti-infantry. Can be a bit more aggressive against the infantry squads, where, especially when there's 2 Shreks, three Shreks in fact, you do have to be a bit more wary of those infantry squads. When normally it's like, oh, what is that? He's got like bazookas. KV-8 once again being very aggressive here. Gets hit by a Faust. The damage engine. The Panther can actually follow this one up, but the land mattress forcing these Grens away. May want to move in the Firefly. Shrek's going to maybe wipe this SU. Oh, the mine actually blows up. Gets a wipe there. Now that the Shreks, the P-Grens are scared away too. I guess referring to squads as Shreks is a little bit vague now, a little bit ambiguous, open to interpretation, as there is 5 squads with Shreks. Oh, wow. That Panzerwerfer has wiped the SU. I swear we've seen more of these tanks die to indirect fire than what we have seen to tank destroyers. Hits a mine, heavy damage, engine crit. Tulips will be deadly. It's pretty much stationary. Double tulips. They both connect here. Shreks are moving up on the commandos. The Panther's going in, however. The Panther's still there, and the Firefly has to back away. Now, Shrek's on the rear for that, but he's on top of a mine. This could end really badly. Panther may even hit the mine as it backs away. No, it does actually dodge it barely. That's the bombing strike from Jono. He can't miss this one. Gets it now with the bombing strike. Nice work. Lucky break with the heavy damage engine crit. They're going to be removed next patch, which I'm looking forward to. Firefly now on the aggressive. It has hit the vet too. Gets the extra rate of fire, I believe. Yeah, rate of fire, very important. Because 10-second reload speed, pretty punishing. Having that rate of fire really helps. Turret rotation too. One shot away from dying as both of these tanks. This gun has been built. Oh, actually a Churchill. Wow. So the Churchill synergizes quite well with the Firefly. Has a lot of health, a lot of armor. Soaks up a lot of damage. Has good armor. Well, actually, I think it's pretty crappy armor now, but it's still it's enough to get the job done, and it gives you a lot of freedom to use those more flimsy tanks effectively. Okay, looks like at the top here we have Shocks trying to 2v1. Oh wow, that Panzerwerfer, minimum range by the looks of it, gets the Shocks down. And the T-70 as well is going to be blocking them off, and the Grens are on the retreat path, so this is going to be really bad for Jono. Loses 2 squads of Shocks. Those are not cheap at all. Wow. This game has been just so many deaths, and they would have been avoidable. Oh, medics! Does Jono have medics? God damn it, Jono. You know what? I feel like right now I'm going to stop casting. I'm going to send him a message on Facebook. I'm going to be like, okay, Messenger, the Patreon chat. Hey, Jono, can you please stop being shitter and get medics, please? Alright. I've told Jono that he's stop being a shitter and get medics. So, hopefully that helps. Alright. Panzerwerfer going up very close for a nice barrage, but he's got to be careful. The Churchill doesn't have a lot of range, but it may be enough to get the wipe. No, not quite. Alright, KV-8. Wow, this KV-8 has an excellent time on these Grens. That is exactly where the KV-8 wants to be. He's found 4 squads of weak Grens. May even wipe one of them. Shreks are here though, but shouldn't matter too much. No Faust as the Grens all retreated. Actually, the Grens do survive, not refocusing it, and I think the vision was blocked. But now the Tiger's joining in. Where's the Firefly? It's almost Vet 3 now. It's going to have some pretty good work, pretty good damage. Tulip's going to be fired as well. Gets that Tiger down very low. Wow, the Caveat's actually going in. Don't know if it can wipe the Panzerwerfer. It probably can. Tiger's backing away though. Gets the land mattress down, but can't actually destroy it with only the KV-8. Unless he goes for the main gun, Pigerins, they do wipe the KV-8. Now, oh, rear armor on the Panther. Even the Churchill will destroy that. So loses the KV-8, gets a bit of damage though. And see, I'm not really sure if it's worth, but given that Jono typed in chat that it's worth, I would actually reconsider and say it's definitely worth. You know, obviously, it's a game changer. And just a bit of advice as well, is if you do make a trade like that, make sure you type in chat worth, otherwise it won't be worth. Alright, so Tiger's here, Shrek's there as well. So this Churchill has to be a little bit careful. He has a lot of health, but he, at the same time, he's very slow, has a long way to retreat to a safe distance. So we could see this go down. Using the Fear Prop to try and force away these Pigrens. It's going to actually work though. I think it's a little bit out of range. If the Shreks get closer though, they might. Like now, surely. Wow. What? How is it not getting the pin or the retreat? That's weird. Alright, a T-70 on the side. Nice work. Actually gets a wipe. Plus it can cap points as well. That's the great thing about the T-70. You can hit S-mines, you can wipe squads, especially MGs, and you can cap. So it's a very good unit for those side VPs. And the VPs are getting very low here, actually. Only 50 VPs remain for the allies. So they do have to be a little bit careful here, especially as, again, the middle is actually neutralized. They've done pretty good damage, you know, killed a lot of these vehicles, killed a lot of the infantry, but the VPs are, of course, the more pressing concern. And this right side has a bunker and an MG, so breaking that will be a bit tricky. I don't know why Jono's trying to 1v1 this T-70. What is he doing? Is he oh, he's baiting, I guess. May want to throw a smoke grenade, though. Yeah, he should probably throw a smoke grenade. Oh, clutch. He retreats and actually gets away just in time. And what, a T-70 at the flank? Maybe going to take out... Oh, whoa! Hello! Gets it. Abandoned. So that T-70's been shared around. T-70, oh, it barely misses the Panzerwerfer, I think. No, now he's barraging, so it's revealing the Panzerwerfer. So now that's going to be a dead Panzerwerfer. We'll take a few shots. So I think it's 4. That's 2 shots. And now the Tiger's shown up. The Tiger looking after his little brother, getting picked on. You're not the biggest kid in the sandbox. Stand aside, my friend. Worth. Yeah, okay. Wait, did he lose his commandos? No, he didn't. They retreated. Once again, the exchange definitely being worth. Other than that, though, Illumina's bloating up a lot of stuff here. 1,300 manpower. That's pretty... Yeah, that's a lot. And even Remuh as well, at 800. There's really no excuse for having that much manpower. Especially if you're this close to winning 39 VPs and you have such little squads, such little pop cap. I get floating if you have like 80 pop cap and you're like, what do I need? But if you have 33 pop cap, you really shouldn't be floating. Actually, I do respect Michael's preemptive worth. He thought he would lose a T-70, so he thought he'd get a cheeky worth in there. But either way, Ilumena, Remuh, they need to spend these resources preferably on medics. Oh, Jono. Wow, he took my advice, actually. He's got his medics down now. So that's nice. Alright, commandos are moving in. KV-8's going to roast those Shreks. It didn't go very well last time, did it? Looks like the Zis will get wiped, but no, it actually survives. So there's going to be a T-70 and a KV-8 firing. The Pigrins do get forced away, but the Zis was killed in the end. Maybe it was the STG on the Pigrins that got it. On the left side, a lot of stuff here. Tiger, 4 squads of Grens, S-mines 2, and it's currently ticking down for the allies. They do have the heavy engineers, but... gets destroyed there by the Grens. I think an S-mine must have hit, or maybe it was a Tiger shell. You can tell. But yeah, not much time for the allies to... Oh, wow! Minimum range barrage hits the trees. Land Mattress will miss the mark, though. The Grens do survive. So this Vet 3 Firefly, it's going to be pretty boss. What is going to Vet 3 exactly? Oh, extra penetration and accuracy. That really helps, too. I think mainly the penetration. Because the Firefly doesn't always pen. It does bounce a bit. So having the extra pen really helps. Same with the Jackson, too. So I feel like the biggest bonus you can get for a tank destroyer is pen. Panzerwerfer is being rebuilt. Still a lot of floating here by the Axis. Both of the players, in fact. But at the same time, 25 VPs left. 4 Grens here. Looks like Jono and Michael gearing up for this left VP.
A new engineer section is waiting for orders.
Okay, the Firefly, second Firefly actually, is going to have even more tank destroyers. And with the KV-8 and the Churchill, they have a lot of soaking up. Gonna be oh, there's a minesweeper there, I think, so it won't blow up those S-mines. Okay, KV-8 leading the charge. Would probably not recommend, but either way, it's going to be giving vision. The bombing strike's being called in. Is he going to be blocking off the target? He's blocking off the target. The Firefly comes through. Double tulips and the bombing strike, and the KV-8 survives. What an excellent play. Blocks off with the KV-8, securing the double tulips, as well as the bombing strike. What an awesome setup there by our players. Well done. Well done. Okay, so now the nade's going to be landing. Doesn't actually hit, though, but he's going to have to retreat through the KV-8, as well as the shocks. The VP has been taken on the left side. Middle one's still held, but not by much. There's a maximum. It's still 2 MGs. Might want to capture that, especially because he can recrew from the forward assembly. So it's really just 2 free MGs at this stage. Looks like the Grens will go down. Maybe? Oh, no. They survive. Wow. This KV-8's actually been pretty disappointing. He's had some great situations. We may turn that around now. It gets 1 Gren squad. The damage over time is making the line of Gren squads get even more and more low. Okay, loses that Gren. He's going to type in Worth.
We are suffering vehicle losses.
It wasn't Worth though, was it? Yeah, it was Worth. See, for a moment there, I wasn't sure if it was Worth or not. But now I know for certain. Thanks, Jono. Alright. Okay, this could be a dead Panzerwerfer. Yeah, it gets it with the Churchills. Vet 2 at this stage now, actually. Panther has the rear armor exposed. Firefly is doing so much damage. Man, gotta be afraid of that Vet 3 Firefly. There's gonna be the Ostrip in there for the foul, so they actually can negate the crits when they hit Vet 3. But for now, he's Vet 2. Main gun destroyed on the Panther. KV-8 going up north can burn down the MG, can burn down the bunker. Hits a mine, though. And now the Tripper's Panther, he's caught between 2 Fireflies and a Churchill. The Gren's out in the open, gonna have to deal with the propaganda. We'll Faust down the T-70, but the Churchill's still here doing some good damage. Maybe want to be using the grenades as well for that extra anti-infantry firepower. At this stage, looks like the Axis have nothing left apart from manpower. Apart from medics. Well, they don't know. I mean, they don't have medics, I should say. Building more and more Grens. The way I see it, right, is if you're not going to get upgrades, you might as well go P-Grens. Because P-Grens don't require munition upgrades for anti-infantry. They are very strong, Vet 0, and with just STGs. Whereas with Grens, not only do they need the LMGs or G43s if you're that commanders, but also Vet 0, they just don't trade well. If you have Vet 3 cons, for example, they're gonna get shat on, whereas Vet 0 P-Grens can still get good work done. Same with Vet 0 shocks, Vet 0 obers. Obviously, they scale very well, but Vet 0 elite squads can be very effective. Where Vet 0 cons, Vet 0 Grens, they just don't really have an impact. Looks like the P-Grens are actually going for a sneaky cap of this VP, and that could actually be very risky, as the allies, they currently have nothing covering the VP. However, I should maybe hold my words, because there's going to be 3 mines, but still, can he wipe P-Grens with 3 spaced out mines? Probably not. Though I should never doubt the mines. Oh, he's actually capping it outside of the mine range, so this is going to be setting off alarm bells for Jono and Michael. Actually really out of position. They should have had something nearby, and now they're sending basically everything. Oh look, there's a P-Gren squad. Quickly send my 3 squads, my Churchill, my Fireflies. And still this VP is empty here, but Looks like the Firefly may even push away. He could even detonate the mine. His own prioritized vehicles. He's going to push him away in time, though. No, but he gets the engine damage on his own Firefly. Engineers are here, as is the Vickers. But now there's a push up the middle as well. So the Axe is utilizing the fact that Michael completely overcommitted for a single squad. And now it's currently the middle's VPs drawn down. So this is going to get very close. The left one getting captured back to neutral, but the right side still ticking for the Axe. Nade comes through from the shocks. Nice work. Gets a lot of the Ostrupen down. 6 VPs, middle still neutralized, but the left one will be captured back by the allies. They do retreat 4 VPs. It's going to get to 3, but that will be secured. So I really hope now that Michael and Jono, they have a little bit more careful positioning, a little bit more foresight to be like, you know what, maybe I shouldn't park my entire army in the middle. Whew. Close work there. Luckily Michael reacted pretty much instantly to that. And how much pop cap do we have? That's really important. Michael's actually pop capped now. 99 pop cap, 67 for Jono, 42 for Ilumena, and 51 for Remuh. So the army size is definitely in a big disparity for the allies, especially because they have vetted tanks, they have vetted infantry. The Axis have nothing but vet Zero Grenadiers, and you know, some P-Grants, Pyos. Not amazing. They're going for a tier 3. What? Okay. I mean, you might as well build a Brumbar. Like, if you want anti-infantry, like mobile anti-infantry, just build a Brumbar, but okay, whatever. He doesn't even have the fuel for an Osfin. I don't really understand what that's all about. But they do have plenty of time. They have 330 VP, so they have all the time in the world. So there's no need for them to rush. Okay, now we have 4 squads of Grens. Vickers is actually not facing the flank. And so this is a bit of a mistake here, obviously, because when you have forward squads giving you vision, you should have the MG facing the blind arc, because then even if they attack where your MG isn't set up, you have the information and the time to reface. Where right now he could start rival captures the MG as well. MG already set up in position. This could actually go either way. Bombing strikes being called down rather than the fear prop, but it will force away those Grens. Could even nuke. Oh, this is going to nuke Michael's commandos, I think. Uh-oh. Michael, be careful, bro. Okay, he's dodged it, I think. Yeah, it doesn't lose any models there, but the commandos... the Vickers actually gets suppression on the MG. That was the land mattress? Yeah, it gets the MG down. Meanwhile, in the middle, maximum suppression from the MG42. Shocks are moving up. Even another Maxim, so there wasn't really any hope for the Germans to get this middle VP underneath 2 of those MGs. Double KV8. Oh, man. Where 1 KV8 fails, 2 KV8s will succeed. On the right side as well, Churchill has wiped the MG and the bunkers, but he can't cap with the Churchill. Needs to send over a squad. If the KV8s were vet 1, they could use the capture point, but they don't have it. So, yeah, I think now the Allies pushed all the way into their base, building a Stug. Okay, alright. Could probably kill the Stug with the KV8s on the secondary gun. And there is actually a Panzerwerfer cowering in the corner. That is a very afraid Panzerwerfer. He's a little bit scared to leave the comfort of his corner. But at the same time, there's a Panther wreck right next to him, so I probably wouldn't feel too safe there either. KV8's now going for the base. Fireflies are here. Churchill is here. And the, lol. The Pigrins looking for maybe the left VP. The right VP still captured. Really should go for that one. With only 3 VPs left, there's not a lot of room for error. Not a lot of margin of error, I guess is the term, I think. Margin of error, room for error. I don't know. Whatever, bro. Okay, so... Oh, do I hit tulips? Doesn't do a lot of damage, though, against the buildings, but hey, why not? He has the mutations for it. Actually, the Panzerwerfer could wipe this Vickers. Oh, man. This could actually go pretty badly. There's a base race happening, but at the same time... Oh, the Panzerwerfer gets the entire blob! At the same time, though, losing the blob is probably not as bad as losing the Vickers. But still, gonna have to rotate over. Land mattresses there. Actually, 2 land mattresses, in fact. Meanwhile, the bases are being completely burnt down and blasted apart by these tank destroyers. Gren's moving up. Now the Fear prop, but he goes for the Pyos rather than the P-Grens, and the Grenadiers. Retreats the Commandos. Michael, he has to be careful. He could even lose this VP. KV-8's going to have to respond now. The Heavy Engineers, they have the Vickers K, but drops the P-Grens. The nade comes through, gets one model down. Land Mattress barraging these Grenadiers. A little bit off the mark though, so the Grens are here for now. The Vickers, there's only one crew left. It's going to get captured. Shocks are moving in, but this VP could definitely be captured. It will get neutralized for sure, but can they actually get the wipe in time? Shocks are moving in. The KV-8 AFK eating a kebab in the middle of the battle. No, KV-8, this is your time. You're needed right now, but the Shocks at least are getting the stall. Meanwhile, KV-8 burning the retreat path, and it looks like Jono has held this one for now, but these Shocks are getting pretty low too. Churchill's here, double Firefly. I like how he's setting the Firefly just in case a Panther shows up. Now there's the KV-8, but the Shocks, they're actually out of the VP. It gets neutralized, goes back in, and that's the Gren squad's burnt alive, and they surrender. GG for Michael and Jono. Well played. That was a pretty fun game actually. Pretty wacky, but look at the manpower. 900 manpower for the Remuh, 1400 for Influenza. That's rough, man. That's rough. If those were all Ostroupen, if they were all P-Grens, they may be able to get those extra 3 VPs. So, whew. Yeah, that was a pretty fun game, and I hope my solo cast was okay. You know, I feel like the cast would have benefited from significantly more Blake. But hey, that's not a commodity that I have much of at the moment, but that's okay. Don't worry, he'll be back next time. He'll be back next time, but anyway, thanks for watching the General's Gentleman. An awkward lack of pluralization there, but thanks for watching, and subscribe if you do like Company of Heroes 2, and thank you to these guys for sending in the replay, and yeah. What do we learn, folks? Get medics. Get medics. Anyway, see ya.